I have just realized that I have not purchased an eyeshadow palette in over a year. So I'm pretty excited about that. You know, if I do say so myself, I'm very proud of myself. And so I wanted to do a fall palettes video because this is the season. Autumn, I love it. I like summer. I do like summer, but I just get a little too hot and sweaty. I like the fall. I like it to cool off. I love the colors, you know, as most of us do. And so I am excited to share what I feel like are some of the best fall palettes in my collection. Now, like I said, I haven't bought a palette in over a year. So these are all old palettes. So those of you that are actually up to date on makeup releases, which I clearly am not, I don't even go on Instagram that much anymore. And I recently was scrolling on Instagram and there were at least 2 Natasha Denona palettes that I saw that I had never even heard of, which I used to be like up on all of the releases, particularly certain brands, Natasha Denona being up there. But yeah, I haven't kept up with it. But hey, that means I'm not buying eyeshadow palettes. And I could have picked more palettes because I still own a lot of palettes, even though I haven't been buying any. You know, hard to use up an eyeshadow palette. But anyway, I'm excited to share. Please tell us your fall favorite palettes. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe for more, and let's begin. All right, because I mentioned Natasha Denona at the beginning as being one of my favorite brands, I did decide to bring out these little 2. Well, one's smaller than the other one. I'm very excited to use these coming up here soon. I haven't used either of these in a while, so we have the Mini Bronze, which, yes, these colors are iconic. And I also really like this one because it only has one shimmer in it. And recently I don't wear much shimmer. Like today I have a little bit on the inner corner, but that's usually what I do. My looks are mostly matte. So this one is going to be perfect. I'm very, very excited to dip into that. And this is the perfect pumpkin color right there. Oh my gosh. Very excited about that. And then I have the full size version, which definitely has some similar shades, but you know, it has some more of these kind of darker tones. This one has more shimmers, which again, I'm just not using a lot of shimmers. And there isn't really a good inner corner shade in here for me anyway, but it's pretty. I need to start wearing shimmers again. I've just gotten kind of lazy. I think the biggest reason I kind of stopped wearing shimmers is that I got annoyed with cleaning up the fallout, and this way it saves me time. I do my eyeshadow first and then I would clean up the fallout. But now if I just do like a minimal eye look, I don't have any fallout to clean up and I can just keep going with my makeup. I'm lazy, I know. Anyway, I still have these Dose of Colors palettes. I'm sure most people probably are like, what is that? But I still like them. And the baked browns, I mean, this is my thing. I mean, you're seeing here, this all matte, wonderful formula. Looking forward to this one. I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm excited to kind of pull these out and use them coming up soon. Let's change gears a bit and go into the burgundy tones because I do love burgundy tones quite a bit. And this is a palette I haven't used in a while, the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties. And this is so funny because I remember when they had the stack, maybe they still have the stack. This was kind of like in hardcore makeup YouTube days. And people would talk about that stack all the time. I thought it was so pretty. I never wanted to buy the stacks though, because they were expensive and I didn't like the packaging. I like palettes. So it was like magnetic, whatever. Not for me, but anyway, probably for like 2 years, I thought that this was called Cheese and Parties. I really thought that. Whenever someone said the She's in Parties palette, I thought they were saying cheese and parties. I love cheese. So, you know, that's why my head went there. And then I don't even know how I figured it out. I think I must have looked on the Melt Cosmetics website and saw that no, it's She's in Parties. Cheese would have been better if you ask me. But anyway, this is such a pretty palette. Mauve burgundy tones. This is really pretty. Okay, I really need to use this soon because it's gorgeous. And this light lavender shade right there, I want to wear that on the inner corner. Okay, I'm excited for that one. I really, really am. And then the other kind of intense burgundy palette I picked out was the ColourPop Or Kid You Not. This one is, ouch, I pinched my finger. Do I ever film a video without somehow either dropping something or injuring myself? Pretty much never. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. I would say this one's a bit more purpley than the other one. The other one that I could have picked, I just forgot to grab it, is the ColourPop Wine and Only palette, which is a more burgundy version. But this is fairly similar to She's and Parties, actually. Is it? Yeah, there's some similar shades in those. Okay, it's fine. I don't need both, but I have them, so I want to use them. And then now, okay, these are such old palettes, you guys, but these are palettes that are sentimental and I still use them, and I feel like eyeshadow lasts a long time, so I'm not really worried about these being expired. If something funny was going on with them, trust me, I would throw them away, but that has yet to happen. Anyway, the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's So Jaded palette. This has so many pretty jewel tones, and I love this palette. It's so pretty. This shade here is one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. That one's called Ametrine. It's a perfect kind of matte mauve. It has some shimmers in it. They disappear pretty much instantaneously. And then this shade here, Jasper. I love that one. There's so many good mattes. The shimmers are really pretty too, but I'm more of a matte person nowadays. Peridot, though, is really pretty, and I would love that on the inner corner. Ooh, that would be nice. So I'm excited to pull that one out. I haven't used that one in quite a while. Let's talk about the most iconic fall palette. Yes, I have it. Yes, I love it. Yes, I'm wearing this today. This is the Tarte Toasted palette. The packaging alone is amazing. But I really, really like this palette, and I appreciate that it's more mattes than shimmers, and it's beautiful. This shade here, this pumpkin-y wonderfulness. So today all I did was I mixed this one and this one all over the lid and the crease, and then I did a little bit of the dark brown as a tiny bit of liner, and then this right here on the inner corner. That's it. It's an easy look, but I love it. Okay, kind of along those lines is the Sigma Ambiance palette. I really love this palette. I think most people would be like, that is so boring, but these are my tones. This is what I like. Warm tones are my makeup comfort zone, and this is really pretty. And I love the Sigma formula, so it's wonderful. Now, let's talk about two more Natasha Denona palettes that I haven't even thought about these in I don't even know how long. I actually forgot that this palette even existed until I was going through my drawers today, and I was like, oh my gosh. The Safari palette, she's a legend, okay? She's a legend. And it's all matte, which is what I love, so why am I not using this? And the tones in here, the khaki greens, this orangey shade, this camel color right there, I'm excited, really excited about that. And then we have the My Dream palette, which is beautiful because you've got the purpley tones, you've got the warm tones. This is wonderful. And there's a really pretty multi-chrome in here, this shade here, or is it a duochrome? It might be a duochrome. I don't even remember my makeup lingo. This is how pathetic I am. I'm like, what's the difference between a duochrome and a multi-chrome? That is pathetic. Wow. I need to step up my makeup game again. Duochrome, 2 shifts, not more than that. Simple math. Wow. I'm pathetic. I need to get it together. All right. Another simplistic, warm palette, but I love it. The Naked Reloaded palette. I have not used this one in a while. I have been using the original Naked palette lately because that one is in my project Level Up. And so I used that palette a lot this summer. And this is a warmer toned version of that palette, I would say. And I like both. I do. I love the Naked, the original one. It's also just very sentimental for me because it was not the first high-end palette I ever bought. I had a different Naked palette that I bought first, but it was the second high-end palette that I ever bought. And I wore that thing so much. And so that was That was the last palette that I bought when they relaunched it last year. Was that last year? Was that the year before? I think it was last year. I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, I love this one. And then the last one, this is legendary, okay? Anybody remember this? Oh, okay. If you were watching YouTube, I was going to say 5 years ago. No, this is not from 5 years ago. It's from more than that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. The packaging alone, I never want to get rid of this palette because like maybe one day I'll just carry it as an accessory and like dig out the palettes and like put my credit cards in there and call this my wallet. I don't know, but it's so pretty. I do not want to get rid of this. But anyway, it still works. This is the Friendcation palette, like I said. And this has some lovely shades. And I have used the blues. The blues are really pretty. Blue eyeshadow is probably my least favorite out of the colors, but this metallic green is really nice. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard. You guys have seen this. None of this is new. That's kind of the point though, isn't it? That is it. I could have picked way more palettes, but I'm really excited I want to focus on these, and I hope to update my Project Level Up soon because I would like to put some of these into my Project Level Up so that I can get some good use on them. So that is it for this video. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the autumn season. Let us know your favorite fall palettes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.